AMD releases the worst GPU you've seen in a long time and then tries to deceive you about it. And this is probably the shortest episode of Hot News I've recorded in quite some time. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast. And we're going to start off today talking about the 6500 XT yet again, because official reviews came out yesterday and they officially went on sale, and it's just about as bad as you probably would have expected. I'm not going to go over a ton of reviews, but suffice it to say you can check them out on the internet with all of your favorite reviewers, and essentially this card performs like poo. It's worse than the 5500 XT, which came out a year ago. It's worse than the RX 570. It's worse than the RX 580. It's just not a good card whatsoever. And even though it's the world's cheapest ray tracing GPU, dedicated GPU, it can't ray trace. Check out Resident Evil Village. You're gonna get a total of 8 FPS in case you want to do that, which is obviously the 6600 was closer to 50. That is just obviously atrocious, and you add on to the fact that it does indeed have issues with PCI Express 3.0 because of the limited PCI Express lanes. Look at this. The 1650 Tom's Hardware decided to compare it to has really no difference between the PCI Express 3.0 and 4.0 because it has 16 lanes, but then when you look at the 6500 XT, in some cases it's 35 to 37% worse. It's not a good time, friends. The 6500 XT also not really in stock anywhere. It showed up on Newegg, but you couldn't buy one. If you were able to purchase a 6500 XT, let me know down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Were you trying to buy one for yourself? Were you trying to buy one for a PC that you're trying to sell? Just let me know why and if and what happened with your 6500 XT purchasings down below in the comments. So official benchmarks come out. General consensus is it's a stupid card. It really shouldn't exist. AMD would have been much better off either re-releasing the RX 580 or the RX 5500 XT. That just would have made a lot more sense, but that is not where the stupid train stops, my friends, because just prior to the launch of the 6500 XT, AMD decided that they were going to delete some previous marketing material that they were using as a flex on NVIDIA. NVIDIA wasn't giving us more than 4 gigabytes of GPUs in their entry-level cards with the GTX 1650, so AMD was like, hey, 4 gigabytes of VRAM is not enough for games, which they said in June of 2020. 4 gigabytes is evidently not enough for the games. You need 6 or 8 gigabytes, and this was their selling point when it came to the RX 5500 XT having an 8 gigabyte version and showing the VRAM difference between the two cards. But they took this blog post down before they released the 6500 XT. They got rid of it because they can't even deal with their own GPUs that they're releasing, which don't make any sense, which again, I understand that they're trying to release a card that is not as appealing to miners, but they limited it so much that it's worse for everybody. Honestly, I personally feel like this card should not have made it to desktop. They should have re-released previous generations of cards. That would have made a lot more sense. NVIDIA's doing it. It just seems to be the right move. If you cannot produce enough of the new good thing, just give us more of the old good thing. We're totally fine with that. We know it's a bad market. AMD, you would have gotten no hate for the consumers if you would have said, hey, this is the RX 6500 XT, just being straight up with you. This is an RX 580 that we're rebranding. It has nothing different about it. This is just so that we can produce more GPUs, entry-level GPUs, to get into the hands of consumers. I think the general response would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, AMD. At least you're looking out for us. But with the 6500 XT and then pulling their blog post where they said these cards don't make sense, it's a bad look. Why release this? I don't. And then it's not like there's even more stock. Like, are you getting them? I can't buy one. I don't know what's going on with them. It doesn't look like anything's better. Maybe they're going to show up at Micro Center and sit on the shelves for $400, but I'm just trying to find one that's anywhere near the $200 price point, whereas in reality, I was seeing things more like $280, $300. It's just not a reasonable card. AMD could have sold us new GPUs that did not have to be this bad. But after internet sleuthing happened and people found out that AMD pulled this blog post, They restored it. Okay, it's back up. Maybe they just coincidentally deleted this, you know, right before they launched a GPU that happened to violate the very marketing slam dunk that they put against NVIDIA. Maybe, you know, I'm a simple man. I can understand mistakes happen, all right? I don't prescribe to malice what you can prescribe to ignorance. I got that. Just a little too tight on that timing, AMD. You just might have, if you had deleted a couple months ago before, you know, this whole shabacle, this whole dibby-dab that's going on, maybe I would have trusted a bit more. I don't know. What do you think of the whole 6500 XT situation? Let me know down below in the comments. But while we're talking about AMD's failures, let's talk about one of mine, because I recorded this ad spot with a noise gate on. So here, help support UFD Tech by going to watch the ad spot for today. That's Brett's an oopsie doodle.
My friends, if you're a PC enthusiast, gamer, or somebody who just enjoys getting better features out of your web browser, I highly encourage you to check out Opera GX because it gives you complete control over your RAM and CPU usage. You can quickly exit out of tabs that are draining your CPU resources, as well as free up network bandwidth because you can set a network limiter on the browser as well to make sure that you're in control of whatever your web browser is doing. No longer do you have to be subject to the gobbling of resources from your web browser. Instead, you're in control here, as well as getting great features that integrate social media, whether it be Twitch or Discord, or my personal favorite, having the GX player, which allows you to integrate things like Spotify or Apple Music directly in so that you can control your music directly from the web browser and never having to leave it. And then on top of that, they now have GX Mobile, which allows you to get Opera GX on the go on your smart device, and you can even connect it to your desktop version where you can even send messages back and forth to yourself, which I probably got a little carried away with that. So become in control of the resources on your PC by using the Opera GX web browser, with the link being in the video description. Check it out down below. Big thanks again to Opera GX for sponsoring today's video.
Now let's talk about money things in the realm of Cryptostonks. Bitcoin, again, sliding down 0.2% down on the day to be under $41,700, under an $800 billion market cap. Still, Ethereum down just a scoochie, down, I don't like that word, 3120 is where it's sitting at right now. Dogecoin also down 1% to sit at 16 cents. Meme stonks also having a rough day. GameStop edging closer to being under $100 yet again, down 2% on the day. AMC closing down 2.76%. Just not a good day for the meme stonks all around. And as I mentioned, the meme stonks are going away at the end of this month, unless obviously something changes. A lot of you took that to mean that I was going to get rid of the crypto segment. That's not happening. I'll still update on the two most important cryptos and then the meme one, which is Doge. And don't ask me to add another one because you're all wrong. And is it wrong that I am super hesitant about Amazon's upcoming Lord of the Rings series? I don't think it is, especially with the conversation that they might be introducing nudity and potential sex scenes into it, which just like, Lord of the Rings doesn't need that. Anyways, we got a title announcement for the upcoming show. Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power is what it's gonna be called. It's gonna come out at some point. They did a whole trailer to announce the title. Thanks, Amazon. This bolsters all the confidence that I possibly wanted in this. And in case you want to bolster the confidence of your favorite creator, you can now do so over on Instagram, with Instagram starting to roll out creator subscriptions where you can pay creators to access their private paywalls, their private lives, their private stories, all of that kind of stuff, which then gives you a special badge, kind of like it does over on Twitch, where you can have special perks and privileges. One of the things they are saying with regards to this is that it's going to help you to have the like subscriber list and bring them off of Instagram to other apps and websites built by other companies, which, like, I don't understand what that means. And it seems like this does fall under Facebook's plan of not taking a cut out of creators like monetization until 2023. So the creators should get 100% cut as of right now, but the like mechanics of how they're going to work on this and how this is going to roll over into other stuff isn't quite clear at this point, but it's there. But in case you want to support UFD Tech directly, especially as we're going to be starting to expand our US based operations now that I'm settled here in Pennsylvania, you can support us over on Patreon, which is linked in the video description, or on Floatplane, where we release all of our videos early without ads so that you can get them in their rawest format, not the rawest format. Anyways, that's going to be the end of today's episode of Hot News. Just really 3 topics. It was kind of a sparse day for news, but I wanted to update you anyways. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow for the hottest tech news on the internet, my friends. Cheerios.